Yeah, it might help better if I actually unmute myself. How goes it, everybody? It's fucking Thursday. It's Thursday. Why is it Thursday? Well, actually, I'm kind of rather glad it's Thursday, but at the same time, I hate that I'm still not 100 fucking percent. Oh, boy. Losing my mind over here. Hey, Valen. Hey, Parmless. And hello, Maximum Sharpie. We're talking dev stuff in this stream. Sometimes. It depends. Sometimes I talk dev stuff because I'll notice like a design choice or a mechanic or something like that, and I'll talk about that. But pretty much, a lot of my streams tend to be like, hey, let's showcase someone else's work, what we see, how we feel about it as kind of like a blind first-time impression, as well as, hold on, I'm getting my streaming pants on. As well as kind of like get the general feel or what can be improved about things. You know what am I also improving? Starting the recording. There we go. Alright. So. Oh wait, no, it was already started. Let's see. Where is the game? Oh, here it is. So yeah, the game we're playing is called Noblesse, Oblige, Legacy of the Sorcerer King. It is... Well, it might help if I swap over to it and stop the music. It is a long-winded game. Or long-winded sections of it. Long-winded character chatter, or hot hunter lady. Hot lady. Because I consider a few characters as hot hunter lady, but they're 8-bit. You gotta use your imagination. Steam DLC? Oh yeah, so, might help if I... Oh, that's right. It only uses the analog stick. So, it doesn't pop it open for you to see. But, let me swap it over to there. Where's my... There it is. Come on. Ah! So yeah. It pops open this page where you can spend $10 to essentially support the devs. That's about it. There's not too terribly much that's in the DLC, apparently. It's primarily just, supporting the devs. Which, I'm not totally against. If I, by the end of this, feel like it's worth the $10, I'll send the $10. But it really depends on how I feel at the end of this. Because I'm still having some iffiness about a few sections, but I'm still enjoying it. I just... Parts of it are not vibing well with the brain. And I don't know if that's because I'm not 100%? I don't know. Today's been weird. I got very aggravated at work, but it is what it is. But I hope everyone else is doing well, and... Maximum, what's your game, by the way? I don't remember. Trying to remember. My game needs a rewrite badly as well. Yeah. Mine needs to actually get started. It's all sitting in a book. Well, rather, it's sitting in a... Yeah, it's sitting in a book. I have a leather-bound journal that I use for essentially writing down notes, thoughts, and so on. It's got everything from character names, main character names, to minor character names, interesting place names, organizational charts for, like, how certain kingdoms and organizations interact with each other, as well as, you know, unique creatures, unique titles, and so on. There's a whole lot in there, because it's mostly from my D&D game, and the D&D world there. 2-game Succession of Heroes, which is half done, and Divinity's Crown, which I'm still working on. Yeah. Morning, bird! I hope your morning's going well. Sitting in a book in my mind and the hole in my head. Isn't that lyrics? I feel like I've heard that before. But yeah, I have a weakness for leather-bound books. And I have a bunch of leather-bound journals. And I want to say out of them, 3 of them are technically being used. And the one that I primarily use, like, I will, like, design out entire ideas, general mechanics, and so on. But as far as getting them into, like, an engine and working on them, and then, like, designing how they should look, I'm fucking failing on that. Flying to China today. Ooh, safe flights, Bird Bunch. I hope you're going there for good times. Maybe good food. Frog on the log in the hole in the bottom of the sea. That is a lot of words, Valen. And again, sounds very familiar. Should just write a book. I am also trying to do that, yes. I can't talk about what I'm trying to write, because that would be a terrible idea. Where's from, and I took it from that. Frog on the log and the hole in the bottom of the sea. Again, it sounds familiar. I just can't remember from what. I'm sure I'm cooking. Probably not. Think you're good enough to manage one day. Hey, the palace chefs are going to be mortified when their queen shows them up. You're impossible. I do try. Just a little too hard sometimes. Do you really think you're doing her a favor by dragging her into all of this, Alexander? I don't want to see her end up like that bandit woman, capable of so much more, but denied the chance. Vampire romance novel for middle-aged women? First off, how dare you, Bird? How dare you? I would never write that. I would write other things. Dark romance is a thing. Dark fantasy is a thing. But no, I would not write Twilight. I have standards. I've considered writing the story for Divinity's Crown into a book, but I'm a terrible writer and I can't convey emotion. I fully understand that. My thing is, by the time I'm finished with my work, and before I stream, I have about 2.5 hours-ish of just, you know, not doing anything. And it's the, I have no spoons. I have no mental spoons. Capable so toward beside the chance. You realize what kind of crossfire you put her in, though. Your vassals wouldn't care if you made her your mistress, but your knight? I wouldn't be much of a prince if I let their opinions rule me, would I? Whew. Thank you for the follow, Maximum Sharpie. Welcome to the ranting, raving madness that I am. Not exactly in a strong position to be pushing them around, though, with a pretender on the throne. On the contrary, some of them have broken their oath of fealty. That puts me in a particularly strong position. I think you just lost me. Technically speaking, all land in Versailles still belongs to me. Of course, the current allotments of use haven't changed in a few centuries, but... Are you seriously considering? Oh, sweet Alive, why am I even surprised? I'll be a footnote in the history books, I suppose. Queen Arne, wed to Alexander the Mad. Alexander the Mad, only if we fail, my dear Arne. And I have no intention of failing. Goddess. When you say that, I almost do believe it. Well, what will you be when we succeed, then, Alexander the Great? A bit presumptuous, but I like the sound of it. Goddess, you really are impossible. Leave me alone before you make me burn dinner, and please don't even try to make a pun about that. You wound me! My humor would never be so crass. If you say so. Uh, Emily Bronte, technical writer, romance novel. Hold on. Emily Bronte, technical. I think it's supposed to be technically. Writes romance novels for middle-aged women. Pretty good book. There's like a lot of how to write this kind of books out there. I have never actually used any of them. A lot of my writings comes from... So here's what I can say. If you want to get better at writing, and just like writing in general, either conveying emotion or better at describing scenes or writing dialogue, my biggest suggestion would be to go find a book by an author that you like and just read and imitate their style. Because at first you won't understand it, but if you imitate it long enough and essentially really dig into what they do in order to essentially structure their sentences and how they convey certain things, you will begin to understand why, and then you can develop your own stylization after that. As we used to always say in literature class, you must first learn the rules before you can break them. I've been wondering something, my lord. When the assassins attacked you last night, shouldn't they just have tried to poison you? Why risk attacking? Heh. With anyone else, they probably would have. But poison doesn't work against my family. Doesn't work? We're not immune to it or anything like that. It has to do with my gifts. The kings of Assalia are descended from Daphne, the last oracle. And the sorcery we inherited from her always seemed to be true. It's something different than a normal magical bloodline. Some call it Curiostrea's... Oh god, that's that word. Curiostrea's blessing. It's like a sixth sense. A hint of what's about to happen. That's why I'm so good at dodging in battle. You practice structuring by copying. Yes. Fascinating. And it works on poisons? Seems especially potent for avoiding poison. In battle, it's nothing more than a vague premonition. But with poison, well, in 8 centuries, no king or queen of my line has died from being poisoned. That puts my mind at ease a bit. I couldn't stop wondering if maybe the whole thing was some sort of elaborate trap. No, it wasn't. They had every intention of killing me, and you really did save me, Ligeia. Thank you for that, truly. My prince? Dinner's ready, you two. Coming! I fear I'm starting to feel how little sleep I got last night. Oh. Oh, that's right. They slept in that tent together. He better be immune to poison in battle. He's not. He's actually quite good, Your Grace. You sound so surprised. Well, princesses aren't exactly known for their culinary skill, you know. That is not entirely true. One second. Yeah, sorry about that. My nose is still draining. I'm kicking myself for still not being 100%. Cooking. Let me think. Oh, let me think back as to... Again, it goes back to the particular types of etiquette training that they receive. But it applies to princesses, ladies-in-waiting, and any woman of noble birth. They would normally take up 1 to 3 different hobbies and also support the arts. And they would normally choose a particular art, such as painting, music, or something like that, that they would give money to or patronage to. It was very common for a lot of noble women to know how to use needlework, but for the most part, anything that would make them seem as a good wife, it was more of what they were trained in. Just teasing, my lord. So strange. How much has changed in scarcely a day? May I ask you something, my lady? Smart enough not to call me your grace when asking a favor, I see. Of course. Well, you seemed quite at ease fighting those bandits. Have you killed before? Not quite the question I was expecting. I have, though. First person I killed was almost 13 summers ago now. I had no idea what an assassin was. Not really, but I saw a man trying to hurt my mother, so I stopped him. The only way I could. With fire. Stopped him, gave mother a scar, and nearly burned out the whole castle. God, it's that long ago. Forgive me, I did not mean to. It's fine, I made peace with it long ago. But that was the day I first really used my sorcery. I didn't even really think about it. And then I spent 2 years too afraid to properly learn how after it. Until we met, actually. Not that I can really take credit for that changing. Or for changing that. Man, my dyslexia. You were just so proud of your sorcery. Made me want to prove I was just as good. I was definitely an arrogant child. You say that like you've changed so much. Are you implying I'm not a paragon of modesty? The two of you have quite a history. I didn't mean to change the subject, though, if you were wondering, the first time I killed someone was 5 summers ago. Father was a warrior by nature, and he thought I was old enough to join him on the battlefield when he made war on Equestria. You've handled yourself well, Ligaya. The first time I killed, my hands wouldn't stop shaking for a day after. Thank you for that, my prince. You two look exhausted. Go get some sleep. I'll take the first watch. Should probably get moving. Probably get moving. Probably set all you fuckers on fire. It'd be funny if we were coming through here and like the bandits came back. Oh, where's all the rest of our friends? Well, we did kill them. Well, assuming no further misadventures, it should be about 2 days to Hibernia from here. Then, here's hoping your luck is satisfied for now. On the plus side, the Feast of Alcina is the day after we get there, so it should make us less conspicuous. Have you two been to Hibernia before? I haven't. Honestly, aside from visiting Versailles once or twice, I haven't been outside of Calistray except to attend the academy. I passed through on my way. Father thought it was prudent for me to travel through Cyrode to keep up pretenses, and there's no direct airship route from there to Avalonia. What sort of place is it? I know of it only of what we've learned of the history of Avalonia. It struck me as a city-state that one would have one of two opinions of. Either one would imagine the Hibernians an exceedingly lazy people, or, with coin enough, one would think them shockingly expedient. So what you mean to say is that it's a cesspit of corruption? More or less, but a fairly harmless sort as far as corruption goes, and we'll have 2 days to see it for ourselves anyways. Well, it'd be nice to take a rest after all this walking. We're still using the ruse you suggested, right? That we are. Arne is herself, I'm her bodyguard, and you're her handmaiden. Still think Ligaya would make a more convincing princess. But Grace, I told you before, I would not know the first thing about how to play such a role. All you would have to do is act important. Or really, just act like Alexander. If that were so simple as you say, I wonder why you rather foist the role upon me, Your Grace. So you wouldn't think of a task that. Oh well. Fine, I suppose I'll play the princess. Two days of walking and it's finally not snowing. That's a cow! You're gonna make it into a nice burger. Am I supposed to go this way? Flowers bloom here in the middle of winter. You must use quite a sorcery to do something like this. Notice that when I passed through before as well. I think the enchantment has been woven into the soil for generations, maybe in part to set them apart from Avalonia. It's taken a lot of technical skill. Well, what a waste it feels like to me. It's a grave. More researchers are lost in a failed Hyperion invasion of Avalonia that destroyed old Avalonia. There's an entire legion of soldiers, not a single soldier. Yeah. See, I like this. It's kind of like a little bit of world building. Get to see a bit around the world. Dog. Dogs look a little bit bored. We could probably distract them if we had a bone. I mean, that there's a lot of reason to, but I admit, I'm a bit curious what lies beyond. Okay, I'm satisfied. Gotta move the produce out for pickup quickly or it starts getting bad. Welcome to Windy Views Farm. Were you interested in talking business? No, we're just passing through and thought to admire a rather impressive farmstead. Ah, thank you, my lord. Door's locked. Oh. So many people making, or so many people to make dinner for. Nothing of port here yet, I guess. Soon, I will turn you into a burger. A big burger. Notice, please direct all inquiries regarding the city guard to the public office located near the northern gates of the city. Yeah, same thing. There's some logging going on here. Well, no shit. Hey, BG. I'll continue our search for whoever is behind this rash of disappearances. Should all of evidence come to light, please bring it to the attention of the city guard at once. All the time being, it would be safest to keep off the streets after dark, particularly in the river district. Pardon me, disappearances? Hey, don't interrupt the Grand Magister. Peace, Andre. 'Tis little wonder that they should be alarmed. Tell me, my lord, whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? Travelers to our fair city? Travelers indeed. You have the honor of addressing Her Grace, Princess Audney of Calistray, and her humble servants. Pray, show the proper respect. No need to be so formal. I am but a simple traveler in these lands. Princess? Ah, forgive me, your grace. Welcome to Hypernia. But what is this about disappearances, my lord? Are these streets safe for her grace? Ah, of course, my lord. I was just assuring the people that this minor streak of crime shall soon be behind us. Of course, if you are concerned, I would suggest you avoid the river district. There is naught there suitable to be discussed in polite company anyway. But if you should want for aught during a stay, you need but send word. Now, there's no need to be rude. I'm certain we will enjoy our stay here in Hypernia, Lord Magister. You honor us, your grace. If you have need of me, simply leave word with the city guard. For the moment, though, I must return to my business. Good day, your grace. Enjoying yourself, Alexander? Just playing my role. Whatever's going on here in Hypernia, I definitely don't believe him about it being nothing. Agreed. But hopefully that won't matter, since we only have 2 days until the airship comes. With your luck, I wouldn't count on it. Pardon me, but who was that man anyway? You really don't know. As Grand Manager in Zinthos, the Regent. He was the court mage and most trusted advisor of Archon Karatos before he fell ill. My thanks. Anyway, first things first, we should find an inn and rent a room. I mean, I hope I only have enough money to cover the room. That's a church. Is that flowers? Is it in? No, this looks way too important to be an inn. Is this an old folks' home? Can I open an account here? No, it's a bank. So I thought it was an old folks' home because it's like over there it's like gray-haired individual, and then like up here it's like old people, and then like over here it's also old people. So I was like, oh, state dispute. Definitely better not disturb them. Yep. I'm just gonna. Yeah, you know what? If I read the signs out front of places, that might help. Travelers District, River District, Travelers District. It's here. Perhaps later we need certain of our plans. Stop by the bank first. I was just at the bank. Who are you? Place to stay, my lord? The Imperial Inn is just down the street. Okay, so... Okay, so if I go there, this says go to the bank, but apparently if I go to the bank, it's like, oh yeah, no. Go find a place to stay. That's a pub. That's a big pub. Is it just a pub? Troops enter performance Eve, all the way from the Saravi Desert, in fact. Wait, Saravi dancers? I suppose it's the same group that was performing at the academy, do you? I'd be considerably more surprised if there just so happened to be 2 troops of them traveling on this side of the continent just right now. Now that is irony. But I would not object to seeing them this time, since we have not more pressing to do. I don't really mind either. And you, my lord? Far be it from me to refuse your grace. You are insufferable. That's what I say. Preferably something suitable for Her Grace Princess Arne Calistray. Of course, my lord. We'd be honored. I fear, however, that the Lord Master has already reserved the White Chamber for this eve. Ought I see if he would extend an invitation to Her Grace? No, you needn't trouble him. Any seat is so fine an establishment is surely suitable. You honor us, Your Grace. Fancy. Especially over there. I like how there's like, oh yeah, the rest of you get like dark mahogany, everything. But over here, white marble or nothing. Hi, Kavanica. How goes your dating sim where you get to date Mothman? Or I don't remember what you were working on. It was a dating sim, though. I don't think it was Mothman. Was it Mothman? Why is this just standing here? Like this random pillar. Wait. So over there on the left is obviously like storage house. This is obviously a storage house. But I think it's supposed to be like this and similar to over there to where it's like, oh yeah, there's actually like another building over here or something, but they didn't put one. Oh well. So much washwork. So many maids. No, it's not a dating sim, and it was a Mothman, but it's finished. Oh, that's good. Are you sure it wasn't a dating sim? Just what do you mean you don't have a room? I came all the way out here for the Feast of Alcina. And you want me to sleep out on the street? Works Imperium, no? We're quite full with the Feast of Alcina upon the morrow, I fear. Indeed. Pity. I suppose we shall have to seek lodgings elsewhere. Apologies for wasting your time here, Princess Ardney. 'Tis no fault of yours, my lord. But we should away. Princess! Wait! Surely we could find a room for such an august personage of your grace. I merely did not realize... Indeed? But I would not wish to inconvenience your guests, Master Innkeeper. No trouble at all, I assure you. Please, just wait here a moment. You changed his tune quick enough. We won't be truly displacing anyone, though, will we? Not unless he's a complete fool. Places like this usually keep a room or two free in case someone with a sufficient coin happens along. It's all part of the game. Speaking of, will you need me to cover this? Well, I don't usually carry much coin. Father has some strange fear that I would spend it flippantly. But there are accounts I could draw on if I really need to. As long as we stop by the bank, I should be fine. You? Spend flippantly? What does he expect? That you'd squander it on dresses? You're never going to leave that one alone either, are you, my lord? But you know as well as I just how little Father actually knows of my desires. He probably does fear I would spend it on dresses. You two are truly close. Though, if I may ask, the ceiling here feels rather low for such a otherwise fine inn. Is that just the Hypernian style? I think so. Feels a little strange. After the grand, sweeping ceilings of Avalonia, but Hypernian architecture struck me as rather insubstantial by comparison when I passed through it last. Going slow, but things are going well with it. That's nice. Wait, you mean our next game? I thought you meant the VN I'm working on. Wait. Are you working on multiple games? Because I know you have the one that's already out. Yeah, you already have one that's out. That one's coming up. And then you mentioned another game, which I thought the visual novel one was the one where you were, like, dating people or something. I don't remember. I fear I may have become a little too accustomed to the luxury of Avalonia, if it stood out to me as well now. The knock-knock in the distance can be heard. If you'll come just this way, your grace, we've prepared a fine suite for you and your retainers. Lead the way, master innkeeper. Will this do, your grace? Very nicely, thank you. Do you need payment now? Oh, no, please. Worry about that at your leisure. If you need aught, do not hesitate to call. We have food available at all hours, but the tavern across the way is also most excellent, if I may say so. Many thanks, master innkeeper. I'll be glad when we can do away with this ruse. It makes two of us. But in the meantime, I presume we won't be attending the festival tomorrow, so we should do anything we want to get done in the city today. Perhaps the markets here would have more what we could use. Pernia is a major city-state, and we didn't have time to stop in Greater Avalonia. Worth checking, at least. I'd like to stop by the sanctum I saw in the city centre. Oh? I imagine you to be close to the gods that way, my lord. I suppose there are plenty of atheists in the noble class, but I'm not one of them. Besides, if any royal line can claim divine right, it's mine. I guess that's true, isn't it? Goddess, I still have not truly come to believe that, in my heart, that you are heir to the sorcerer kings of Versalia. This all must be a little hard for you to accept, steadily moving in royal circles. But don't let it matter too much, my lady. Neither of us has much of a taste for formality. She's not wrong about that. There are plenty of people standing on ceremony at home as it is. So, don't think I want you to be one of them, too. I shall try, my prince. Is there aught else we should do while here in Hypernia? Oh, I got a buck saying I know what you want to do. But that face would, but still. I was working on two things aside from updating our game that's already out. One of them is a visual novel that's complete that we're going to release in a few days. It's rather short, test for cutscenes for our next games. And there's a second, the second's our next game, that's a dating sim, but you don't date Mothman. If I don't date a cryptid, then why would I want to play it? Water. Joking aside, the Mothman dating thing is more of like my kiddo's thing. He's a huge cryptid lover. Particularly Mothman, actually. And to be fair, the only thing wrong with Mothman is he hates bridges, so. Well, aside from getting airship tickets, I'd like to see the city a bit. Maybe this river quarter that the Grand Magister was so insistent we not visit. Ooh, is that tea? Enjoyed a perfectly brewed pot of tea. How wonderful. Can't believe that's an achievement, but okay. I admit, I'm certainly curious about the city. I haven't truly seen much of the world. I was pretty tired after the trip, but I don't get many chances to go out and explore places. There's a lot of rooms in here. So, princess bed, servant's bed, servant's bed. So there's 5 beds, 3 people. That means we're probably going to get a couple more people eventually into this party. No, the cover only has like 3 people. It's probably not very much. Nice bed. Finish on the road. Can't steal anything. Okay. It's fucking rude. We were going to make a Mothman and a secret character for dating. Your kid will thank us. He probably would. Oh, boy. Hey, you. You humans have a strange way of celebrating. Well, you've got pointy ears. I can walk over the couches. I don't need to follow the rules. I have money. So what's the plan? Heard the river just has a great horror houses. Ooh. I don't know, man. Because I came here last year, you said they'd rob you blind. Aw. Still hate that, like, I have to use the analog stick to pilot around, and considering how sensitive it is in RPG Maker, like, how to put it politely, if I am at an angle, because there is no 8-directional movement, I immediately just go screaming off to one side. So, well, yeah. Good, though I'm afraid there are none departing until after the feast tomorrow. Stop by the bank first. And why was it shiny there? Nope, dang it. See, that's what I mean. Beep, beep, beep. Actually, not him as much as me. I'd like to make a withdrawal from the royal account of Calistray. A royal account? May I ask whose name you wish to withdraw in, my lady? In my own, Adrienne, 5th Princess of Calistray. Oh, forgive me, Your Grace. I did not realize. Don't worry about it. As far as the identification process goes, everything seems to be in order, Your Grace. I'll be back in just a moment. So if I understand it right, royal accounts aren't actually shared accounts, but more like a promise that there's a bank in your homeland that will cover the coin you withdraw. Basically, it's technically not only available to royalty, but not many others have both coin enough and the need for it. I have some available, but I'm trying to use them. Trying to use them would just tip Antipater off. Don't worry about it. I think your pride will survive letting me help out for once. Fair enough. I withdrew enough to cover the inn, dinner, and our airship fares. Perhaps a little extra in case we see aught particularly worthwhile in the market. Here you are, Your Grace. Please have an excellent day. My thanks. I'll hold on to what I expect to need for other expenses. It'll probably be safer if you just carry the rest. Woo! I got 10,000 biddies. Time to go spend them on some titties. Wait, no. We weren't supposed to do that. Nothing labeled properly. Merchants these days are so careless. All imports and exports must be handled through the customs office. Hey kid, what are you doing? Mom always tells me not to go to the river district, but I'm so curious. Oh, what's in here? Welcome to for inspection. Need help? Oh, that's the door. Oh. That's the customs office. Hey, Dillosaurus. Are you secretly Doug Dimmadome? Noble quarter. This board's for official city watch postings only. All bounty postings must be handled through the watch. All citizens are advised to beware of the wake of the recent disappearances. Well, you don't tell me what to do. There's a plain significant selection in the market district. Should look around, though there isn't anything I'm looking for particularly. Looks here aren't dangerous, just a trip from Avalonia to here ended up. Definitely use better equipment. We could definitely use to be better. We could definitely use to be better equipped. Okay, so I said it right the first time because my dyslexia fucked up, but that is not a sentence that words properly. Them words ain't wordin'. They wordin' wrong. Well, considering how dangerous just a trip from Avalonia to here ended up, we could definitely use better equipment. Use to be better equipped? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. We could definitely use... Just drop use. We could definitely be better equipped. Though I'm not sure we'll find much expressly better than what we have here in random shops. Even Legaea's equipment is pretty custom fitted. The tongue, the one. Finest cloaks you'll find in Hyponia. Have a look. Use. The cloaks are already arm and light. Able to, though. Probably similar to what they're sold in Avalonia. I think the one type here would be better against the elements. Going northbound, don't be caught without snow clothes. Which we just came that way. Headed south. Aww. Well, I still have some few things that you might be able to use. Dueling gloves. Yep, already on that. Oaken staff. Hey, finally an actual upgrade. Also, what's with this, $4.99 bullshit? Don't they know that we got rid of the penny? This ain't no sell. Why you put it at $4.99.99 or $49.99? You gonna charge me tax? I ain't paying no taxes. I ain't paying no taxes. To the NSA agents that are currently listening to the stream, I would like to specify that I do, in fact, pay my taxes. Okay, so let's see. Only a physical attack and defense goes up. Max MP and her magic attack, which is her main stat, and magic defense go down. Yeah, fuck that. That was a bad buy. So I know that it's like, oh yeah, Dell will find better equipment than what we got. And at the same time, it's like, I hate that that's so far correct. Because of the simple fact of buying equipment and getting upgrades is like standard RPG logic. It's standard logic. Hey, I got the monies. I'm going to get better gear because I'm in a new town. New town means possibly better gear because that's just how progression goes, mechanically speaking, for video games, especially RPGs. So the fact that this is the second town that we've been in, but there's no better equipment, and it's kind of like a side grade in some cases in regards to the cloak, but just honestly a useless item. Tis frustrating. Looking for to buy information, I'm your man, but keep it down, or on the down low. We might turn up downstream, if you catch my meaning. Here's me, but if you're interested in some carrying, where do you get it around here after dark? Carry? It's not something you want anything to do with. It's a drink brewed much like tea for most people. It's only an addictive aphrodisiac. But it also gives a sorcerer a considerable rush of power temporarily. That sounds very dangerous, yes. Surely it's not legal then. It's illegal in every city, state, and kingdom in Valonia, as far as I'm aware. If there really is someone selling this openly, it's probably just a setup by the city guard. Here, move along. Move along. Move along, move along. What do you have? My lord, can I opt for these three? We have an excellent selection of dresses. Pass the dresses. You carry some enchanted jewelry, though, don't you? Oh, that's a pity. We do, though. Okay, already have one of those. One of those. Ooh, what do you do? Oh, an amulet with sacred and motif protects against magic. Having one of these on file might be good. I'm gonna sell that back because I don't know if I need that. So, let's see. So, magic defense goes up. Oh, that's right, I can't. So what's your magic defense? 80, 50, guess who? Oh, you've got that one. Yeah, so let's this one. That's immunity to freeze. Okay, so I'll just sit on it for... Oh, wait, hold on, she's got the open slot, so... Okay, something view so night. Okay, so I got potions. Oh, it's a bone. Because it was mentioned earlier, I might as well get a few just to see. Yeah, get 10 of these. 10 more of these. Myself slightly surprised that they sell bones here. You should probably distract those dogs if we care to. Never understood the strangeness of alchemy. Man, no good books on alchemy. Guess they don't want to risk anyone cutting into their business. There's really a copy of the Lexops Mares. It'd be considerably valuable. I think it's fake. What do you think, Legea? Definitely a forgery. Is that a fake treasure map? So those look there were written in Elven script. Anything interesting, my lord? Sail on the finest living wooded bows. They seriously try to pretend a pile of flyers for random Elven store are worth buying. Ha, see so? Well, it's not like most nobles here would know enough Elven to know what it said, myself included. You two are entirely too scholarly. Now I'm curious as to, like, if I bought actual potions, or if I bought something like, oh yeah, it's a potion, and it's got like an asterisk next to it, and it's like you drink it, and it's like, yeah, you've stored health, but now you're going to be farting glitter dust for a while. I do not think true alchemist would have used for aught so elaborate as this. Wait, a true alchemist would have use for aught so elaborate as this. That set of structure is terrible. Probably just for show. Creature looks genuine, but none of us have much use for them, right? No basic Arab lore, but nothing so specialized. Alchemy was part of the magical theory that never really held my interest. Too much memorization. Just reading through it, buying. Such fairly many anyways, though. Yeah. I'm gonna go spit in all the potions. Now I'll make them magical. Oh, hello? Man, I came all this way to try Pernian food, and I get stuck waiting in a queue. Ah, that sucks. Swords? I like swords. Bogdorks! Need some armor, my lord. Nope. 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 This is the only thing I don't have. Longbow, terrible. Noblewood's dagger, stupid idea. Grimoire of fire, no. Dueling blade, also no. Because that's 35 attack, 5 speed. Technically -5 to Alexander. Alexander, what does your Lord's Rapier do? Just remove it. So attack goes up by 30, defense goes up by 10, and magic attack goes up by 5. So the -5 would be to speed. That's what I meant by side grades. Change speech area deterrent of warding. Magic attack would go down, and magic defense would go down without it. Yeah. Well, the progression of things is not quite. Highest quality arcane crystals, my lord. You have the look of a sorcerer about you. Might I interest you? You can read through those right now? Never been terribly good at working with crystals. Not really. I'm not much better at enchantment than you are. Perhaps some of the time, then. Like how they don't even ask Ligea. Like, oh yeah, we know for a fact you can't cast shit. Straight too far. Fine, we'll go back the other way. Yeah, so all the shops here. Try to steal our money. Wait, he wanted to go to the church. God, this is a very overly done church. Welcome to the sanctuary of the gods, my lord, my ladies. Your faces are unfamiliar to me. Are you travelers, perchance? We're just passing through, but ours is a journey that likely needs the gods' blessings, if it is to succeed. Shall add you to my prayers, then. Just like that, without knowing aught about it. There's justice in your cause The justice of your cause is for Alcina to judge, though if you wish to pray to the others, you will find their shrines to either side. Well, thank you, then. Do you have a shrine to Calistrea, if I may ask? You are bold, my lord. Few worship the lady, much less invoke her name so easily. Alas, did I say we do not have one, my lord? It is to your right. You will find all the gods, save Lady Mariana, Lord Saethris, and Lord Kelthris in these halls. Indeed. Many thanks, then. Try to even have a shrine to Salestrina here. The Order of Alcina doesn't usually look very highly on her. But have a look if you're curious. I've heard she has a degree of historical prominence here, but I don't know the details. Many wadith. Do you know much of demons, my prince? I know we fought illusions of them in the Cave of Trials, but I know very little of them. Not that much. I know they dwell in a realm that is beyond our own, and can be brought through the veil by certain rituals. In most cases, they lack corporeal bodies, and forge new forms out of aether. From what I know, the more powerful a demon is, the more difficult it has passing through the veil. So most summoners only ever manage to summon lesser demons. I know they're dangerous. They need aether to exist, and they usually take it by killing people, or worse. There was a scandal in Calistrea a few years back where several priestesses from the Order of Alave were ensnared and corrupted by a group of demons, then kept alive to feed their hunger for aether. That sounds awful. It was, from all I've heard of it. The Order of Alasne considers banishing demons from the world one of its duties, and even the Order of Alave back home has often had to banish them. I would perhaps like to know more of them, I admit, but at the same time, theirs is a dark and dangerous power that I'm not nearly curious enough to dabble in merely to sate my curiosity. Sunshine, Lady of Night. Surprised the Demon Queen has such a prominent shrine here. Understand? He before who all men stand as equals. Suppose we were equal in death, for all the good it does us then. Oh, Curistria, if this is the fate you have woven for me, then please grant me will enough to defy it. You follow the lady, do you not, my prince? I do. Can't say I could bring myself to follow her if I had luck like yours. Many of my family have considered that part of her blessing. Definitely not a blessing I'd care to have. I never desired it, but I cannot say it has brought only ill with it. If it was my luck that had brought bandits onto our path, it was also my luck that Legea was there to save my life on that night of all nights. Fair enough. I still think the princess is actually a little upset that Legea is here. Like, bitch, I'm allowed to have my affairs, but still. Out of curiosity, Lady Legea, what are your thoughts on the Order of Alcina? I don't really have a strong opinion about them, Your Grace. They were just a fact of life back home. But I've never felt especially close to Alcina. They aren't nearly as dominant in the West, right? No, my father let them into Versailles recently, but the Order of Aleve is still dominant. And Calistray still follows only the Order of Aleve. Honestly, I was surprised the paladin there was so kind. I've always sort of thought of Alcinias as overbearing zealots. Alcinians? Alcinias? Those that take Alcinia's teachings reasonably can be fine. I admit, though, most of those I've met have been more concerned with obsessing over any hint of corruption or impropriety than actually helping people. Well, that are hopelessly corrupt themselves. Well, it's nice to see they aren't all like that. As a sorceress, I've always been a follower of Aleve, even beyond the teachings of her order. Alcinians are kind of unavoidable when dealing with other kingdoms. There's going to be a whole bunch of, churchy things going on. I can feel it in that one section of your body. Where is it? What's it called? The taint, that's it. The portion of your body that's like the very, very base of your butt. Everything in the Noble Court is so pristine. I just feel like I'm going to dirty it just by being there. That's because you're a filthy peasant. Past the Noble's district back home, occasionally when I accompanied Father to the castle, I never had a chance to explore one properly. Fortunately, most districts like this are pretty exclusive. I doubt we could visit any of these states without an appointment, even if I told them who I am. Well, mind them from afar, than most, at least. Oh, it's supposed to be like an overhang. That bothers me. I'm just going to take visitors. Alright, fine. How about I throw them a bone so that way they can piss off, stupid fucking girds. It's been a whole lot of what? I got an ad break so I couldn't hear what you said. Oh, too bad. Come back for the VOD. I'm kidding. I said there's probably going to be a whole lot of religious, churchy stuff. Kind of like religious intrigue. Which I kind of figured some from the last stream, where there was like a whole lot of... there was that whole scene where it's like, oh yeah, the one church is fully backing the, the traitor slash, imposter, I guess is the best way of putting it. Antipeter. I was trying to find his name for a moment. Because it's like, oh yeah, they're going to benefit greatly from it. So, further saying about like, oh yeah, it turns out like Alavine's, followers of Alavine and all that, they're just fucking corrupt. I was like, yeah, I see how this is being set up. Well, I think I see why Zinthos didn't want us to come here. This place is in very poor condition. Never truly seen a slum before. I'd like to look around a little, but let's be on our guard. That the people here would take too kindly to a group of nobles walking around. One step in and we're going to get mugged by an old lady. Fucking knew it. Excuse me, sir, but you're an adventurer, aren't you? Not quite. Oh, but she looks so well armed and capable. What did you need of an adventurer meeting those qualifications, if I can ask? You look distraught. Well, shouldn't trouble you, but my granddaughter, she disappeared. Well, not really disappeared. I saw some guards drag her off, and I swear she's never done nothing. She's never done nothing wrong. Do guards even normally patrol this area? It looks to be in very poor condition. No, I think they might have been drunk, too. Please, is there something you can do to help her? Who's in charge of this area? Is there nothing you could do to appeal to him? It's Lord Califras. But he doesn't care about any of us. He just sits there, prettying up his damn castle while people disappear off the streets. What do you think about the religious stuff so far? I will admit it's a major part of the game. Oh no, I figured it was. And I do like the amount of world building that's been going into this. I want to preface that. I really do appreciate the amount of world building that has been going into this. There's still moments where it's like, because of like how long-winded somehow people talk, that it fucks with my dyslexia. Again, not bad. There are moments where it's like, get to the point in under 30 words, please. I have ADHD, and you're making my Adderall wear off very quickly. Alexander, can we at least try to help her? We'll see if there's anything we can do, but I can't make any promises. Well, thank you, sir. Bless you. I wouldn't have expected you want to help, Your Grace. It really seem that heartless to you. It's not like I'm against helping people, it's just isn't always practical. But it's not like we have anything more pressing to do today. I suppose you have a point. I'm not sure I could make myself think of it in such terms easily, though. As much as I would wish we could help everyone in all the world, no, that isn't possible. Our day isn't wrong about that, but this time, there really isn't much reason not to at least try. Besides, if we end up solving their disappearance problem, well, the gratitude of other kingdoms is never a bad thing. So where should we begin? I should like to speak with this Lord Califras, I think. Even if he truly has no interest in the plight of his people, it would be better to act with his approval. First thing, I saw a shiny biddy, and shiny biddies get picked up. These are bones, aren't they? They are not human bones, thankfully, but we could probably use them to distract those dogs if we cared to. I found some bones. I feel like this is going to be very useful. Hey kid, want to get pushed in the water? Damn, that Califras never does anything for anybody. You seem really cheerful about that. Wonder where my sis is. Yeah, she's probably dead. Rather be fishing. There's water right there. Fucking fish. Stupid freaking NPCs. Doing all sorts of NPC stuff. Seems like the castle the woman was speaking of, but it seems to be locked. Guess that's not surprising, since this area is basically a slum. So someone there. Indeed. I should like to speak with Lord Califras about a matter of some urgency. Should I tell his lordship calls upon him? Just a traveler. Please tell him I'd like to speak with him about the recent disappearances. Very well. Just a moment, sir. So it's wise. Just use my name to get us in. There's no way of being sure he's not involved in these disappearances somehow. No, there isn't. But I think even if he is, he'd make a pretense of cooperating if we're not anyone. If we're not anyone important. Telling him who we are might scare him. Fair enough. His lordship has agreed to you, sir. The door is open. By the way, if I took a shot every time I heard fair enough, I would be slobbering drunk at this point. Thank you, Jeeves. Your mustache is stupid. His lordship will see you in the parlor, up the hall, and to your left. This is a very long table for a meeting. Huh. Not exactly expecting of my guests from what you told the doorman. Who do I have the honor of entertaining? Alexander. These are my associates, Legaire and Arnay. You are Lord Califras, I assume? Associates, Very mysterious of you, Lord Alexander. But 'tis a pleasure to meet you nonetheless, and especially you, my ladies. The pleasure is ours, I'm sure. In any case, you said you wished to speak to me regarding these dreadful disappearances that have been plaguing my domain? Well, were you aware that someone else has disappeared this very day, my lord? What? God damn it all, no, I hadn't. What do you know of this? Not much, in truth. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me more. I know only that an elderly woman saw her granddaughter being dragged off by what she believed to be the city guard. Wait, what? The guard? You're gonna have a switch order. Honestly, I'm not sure why you expected me to know anything. You surely realize that the people hate me far too much to ever ask for help. Not once have I been approached by the families of those who vanished. People seem under the impression that you do not care, my lord. What? It's preposterous. I've been doing everything I can to improve things, but they hate me too much to notice. I had wondered if that might be the case. Tell me, Lord Caliphus, what was your predecessor like? My uncle was a right bastard. When he died, I fought hard for control of this part of his holdings so I could do something to make up for it. I've tried to clean up the river district, make it worthy of the name, but your people don't see you. They still see his shadow. I don't think you'll ever get through to them if you just wait for them to ask for help. Maybe you're right. These damn disappearances aren't doing anything to help. They think I don't care. We did get a bit sidetracked there. If you truly do care about your people, my lord, then you should help us with this master. Like nothing more, but I've been trying to get to the bottom of these disappearances since they started. Every one of them has been found in my district, but if the city guard is involved, let's not jump to conclusions. It wouldn't be terribly hard for a couple of rogue guards to be the culprits, or even just taking advantage of the disappearances. Guess that's true. The fact remains that I can't really do much. Magister Zinthos has blocked every request I've made to have the guards stationed here more permanently. Give us your official blessing, my lord, then we can handle the matter for you. Really? But why are you involved in any of this anyway? Just travelers, aren't you? Suffice to say, we're travelers with our own reasons, my lord. If I could find a woman half as beautiful who could be convinced to care about all of this for any reasons, very well. I'll prepare a writ authorizing you to discipline guards involved in this. Yeah, I'm truly sorry to have to ask you to do this for me. Caliphus is... that's how you put that, okay. My thanks. So, where do you think we should start? So the people of the river district know something. Perhaps if we approach them. Not sure they're willing to tell us much, but it's worth a try. Let's talk to the maid, who was obviously kidnapped to work here. Hello, maid. Pardon me, my lord. Just cleaning his lordship's pianos. Does he actually use both? Well, he intended to invite the people here for music upon occasion. Things have never quite panned out as he desired. So in truth, neither sees much use. Money. Alright, what do you guys say for yourself? Rather be fishing. Yeah, you fucking would. Well, let's talk to the old lady again. Did I help? Just say. You're absolutely certain it was the city guard that took your granddaughter. Positive, sir. Couldn't mistake that animal anywhere. There was two of them. I'm being set up. I could feel it in my... I need a new body part. Tibia. I can feel it in my tibia. Not on duty. Afraid I can't help you with much. Guards don't come here often, I take it? Not often at all. Only Lord Caliphas has the authority to summon the guard here, and he doesn't get on well with the Grand Magister. Oh, that sounds great. Never too old to enjoy a place like this. Indeed. Strike me as more the sort of man who enjoys watching those who come and go more than anything. And if I am. Guards come here often? You'll bet your arse they do. More than anyone else. They got the money, but most women don't look at them twice anywhere else. Are you dead? Nope, you're just drunk. Rather not drag him out of the way, but doesn't look that much back there anyway. Man, this district is fucking depressing. Makes me nervous being out on the streets with all the defense branches. They were all women, you know. But I gotta get the washing done. Do you know if the women who had disappeared had aught in common? Well, I didn't know none of them personally, but I heard they were all young women. Just girls, really. The only ones here with any kind of future. Not a lot of leads to be had. But the brothel sounds like a place to start. Are you too comfortable with going there? Doesn't really bother me. I cannot say comfortable particular, but I would feel safer staying with you. Alright. Some seedy enough through. Yeah. Well, I guess we're going into the whorehouse, guys. I do get the sense that's actually what this is. I feel like I should prep a button. Really, so you're right. Probably what they'd call a house of ill repute. You mean of course there's a whorehouse here in this poor house. Pretty noble girls like you ought to stay far, far away unless you want to lose your precious fur shoes. Oh yes, we're clearly naive, fragile flowers who will wither at the merest touch of reality. Keep your delusional fantasies to yourself, old fool. If there's anything shown in the game, don't worry. Oh, okay. Looking for, shall we say, a room for the night, my lord? It's extra if you bring more than one. Not quite. I'm looking for 2 men. Oh, you're that type. I was wondering why a bright young lord with such delightful-looking companions was here. I gotta say, well, I hate to disappoint you, but we only got girls. Smooth. I really set myself up for that one, didn't I? Let's try that again. I'm looking for specific men. Namely, a pair of possibly drunk city guards in the company of a distressed young woman. What kind of establishment do you think I'm running here, boy? If you feel some loyalty to your customers, then I'm certain I could compensate you for the information. Missing the point, boy. It's got nothing to do with that. I take good care of my girls. They may not be happy with this life, but they're damn well safe here. You got that? I wouldn't let no rapist in here. If that's the case, then could you tell me where I should be looking instead? Shouldn't you tell you anything after you came in here with assumptions like that? But it's not often you noble types actually give a damn about what happens to people. I guess I can help, just this once. Frankly, there's not many places around here that you could get away with something like that. People stick together, you know? But happens there are some alleys not far from here where not many people live. And I think the most you see is swimsuits. Oh, yeah, that's a twist. Try there. Don't bother me again unless you're bringing business. My thanks. Well, but take it close. I think he was actually knocked out. Let's hurry. Oh. Hey, tin soldiers. Just what do you think you're doing? We're just having some fun with this bitch. Got a problem with that little rat? Damn right I do. I'll castrate you bastards. Ugh. Damn you. Please, don't hurt him anymore. Finally ready to cooperate then? Yes, I'll do what I want. Don't hurt anyone else anymore. Come on here, now come here. That's enough. Who the hell are you? Bastards aren't going to live long enough to find out. You know, there's some things in this world that I absolutely hate. Politicians. Yeah. But rapists. Well, that's just a politician. And I'm going to fireball you. Ooh. So, what I'm hearing is cloakspin. And then you focus up. And fireball it again. Alright, so air slide? No. Lunge. Bow art, barbed, and then fireball. lunge. Fire burst. Because now that they've both got burning bleeds, I can just keep on lunging into them. And the guy can keep shooting. And she can keep using Fire Burst, which will help her regain MP every round. Yay! Got the money. Damn you! Please don't hurt me. We're not going to hurt you. It's okay now. Don't come any closer. But, nay. We really aren't going to hurt you. Your grandmother asked us to come find you. Grandma did? But you're all nobles. Why would you... Not all nobles. I'm just a commoner like you. Really? But you're so pretty. You're a lovely girl yourself, though. Beauty and nobility have naught to do with one another. And I promise you, none of us are going to hurt you. Ah, it's a sweet moment. It was Lady Arnett who wanted to save you most, though. Thank you. I'm sorry, just you. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You should go tell your grandmother you're all right. Guess so. Thank you all. That resolves that. You should tell Lord Califas what happened. Sorry, I'm sure it said your grace. I think your sorcery frightened her. It's not dwell on it. You okay, sir? Man, I really underestimated those bastards. Glad you came along when you did. You should thank Lord Califas for that. We're at his behest. Huh, seriously? Maybe it's not so bad. You tell him if the tin soldiers left any evidence about the other missing girls, we'll damn find it. We'll damn well find it. Well, that's good. Oh, excuse me. I'm on break right now. Wait, is she actually a noblewoman? Probably not. The dress is fairly basic and jewelry isn't particularly valuable, but imagine the effect is popular amongst the men in a place like this. Those who fantasize about laying with a young noblewoman. Yeah, that fantasy is definitely far, far too popular. Are you okay, sir? Are you still kissing the ground? Man, you're making out with that ground harder than you made out with anyone else in your life. You enjoy it. To enjoy a place like this. Pervert. Oh, boy. See, who else should I... Yeah, guess I'll just go bug Lord Califas. Mr. Sassafras. Don't help. Just say. I wonder what this is. I don't know, and everyone else is... I suppose word hasn't spread yet. That's fine. Resolve the matter, my lord. Truly? What came of it? Find the charred remains of the men responsible in an alley near the brothel. Oh, I didn't realize you were sorcerers. Well, we found two guards in the middle of accosting the missing girl, and they resisted. There wasn't really much choice in the matter. If you want to tell the people it was done on your orders, that's fine with us. I understand. It's just a pity. Now we can't really be sure if they're responsible for all the other disappearances or not. Seems likely, though, since only people here in the river district have gone missing. But even if not, the three of you have done me a great service. I know it's probably not much by noble standards, but I want to give you at least something for it. Ooh, monies. Many thanks, Lord Califas. It was anxious you tell me who the three of you actually are. Perhaps someday, my lord, but not this day. Jeeves! Says, yeah, your mustache is still stupid. Oh yes, rather be fishing? Rather be fishing. Well, I guess that resolves that matter. It's, rather nice. Some dead guards. There's a dog. It's a sad-looking dog. I like the fact that they have, like, laid out cities and everything using the basic RTP. Oh, if I can give you aught, would I much consider it a favor. At the same time, though, I feel like it would do much better with, like, a different coat of paint on it. And I know art is expensive, but... Also, I'd like to point out, that short quest, that was an appropriate length. We got into the River District, we got a quest to find a missing girl, we resolved the quest, there wasn't fucking bookends of information, there was a small amount of lore, action, small amount of lore, over. Now we can move on to the next thing. That is an appropriate length for a side quest, and I appreciate that. And the reason why I say that is because too many people make them too fucking long. Because it also is how the rest of the game should be, where there is essentially a bit of lore, bit of exploration, action, something. But considering they don't have, like, random battles, it's all like, oh yeah, there's only X amount of battles on a particular map when combat's going to be had. It throws things off slightly, so you have to focus more on the whole balancing of lore, battle, or lore action, I should say. Because even if it's, like, cutscenes that are very well directed, and you have them going through, then it's still engaging. Well, rather, so long as you do it right, it's still engaging, and that could be a break from the "Dear God, you people shut the fuck up" kind of feeling that some people get when cutscenes go on for too long. So, that's also something, like, I like to point out to people, is the idea of learning to balance the action and the story. You can have them intertwine in some parts, but at the same time, if you don't balance them properly, you will burn your players out with one or the other. Because if it's non-stop action, you will get burned out in the sense of, like, motherfuckers, I would like to take a break. I would like to go fishing. Let me go fishing. Other times it's like, guys, please stop talking. I'm going to stab someone. And it might be you guys if you don't stop talking. Let's see. Oh, wait, I didn't get the air tickets. Gotta go get the air tickets. Did I have any other quests? I guess that's the only ones. See. Get the tickets and pass time. For Equestria for here. Equestria. Yeah, there's an airship headed that way at noon the day after tomorrow. Could just sign here. Always so much paperwork, but that handles booking the flight. Well, that resolves most of our essential business. Explore the city a little more if we want to, or we can head back to the inn and wait for dinner. I wonder if... Is there anything else to explore? Oh, excuse me. Oh, God. My back popped with that sneeze. Oh, fuck. The bad part about getting older, your body's trying to kill you with this shit. Oh. Oh, boy. That was painful. Sorry, everyone. I also have a message. Okay. Oh, God. Now my nose is more stuffed than before. Damn it! Was there anything this way? No, apparently not. there anything in here before dinner? So it'd be too cold for outdoor dining. Ah. You work here, but I'm on break right now. One more beer before I get back to work. I like the tavern a lot better when it's quiet. Ah, those basic RTP people. It's nice to have a little time off. My lord, my ladies, this is a section has been reserved for the evening by the Grand Magister. Well, I get the feeling it's like we're going to show up and it's going to be like, yes, the exotic dancers are here. And they all whip out daggers. And they're like, oh shit, the exotic dancers are actually the assassins. Again! And then it's just going to be a matter of fighting them off. What do you mean, whatever? Sucks to suck, old man. Pardon me, my lord, but are you a player? I am a guest, actually. But I do have some skill at music. I thought this piano was just a showpiece, but it's actually rather fine. Would you care for a song, my lady? Sure. Should play a song suited for the longing I see in your eyes, my lady. Ah. It's very nice. That being said, I was hoping for a bigger picture of their face. Yeah, she doesn't look longing in that picture. She just looks pissed. Arne looks even more pissed. Actually, all three of them look pissed. Alexander looks constipated. Ligaya looks pissed. And Arne looks pissed. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? If I had a lot of magic coursing through my body, I'd probably be constipated too. Ah, healing tea. Well, I guess we're going to pass time by... Are we done exploring the city? Probably won't be able to do much tomorrow with the festival going on. Yeah. The whole city. It honestly feels like gilded iron to me. It's a good way to put it. There's a lot of baseness just beneath the surface. But there are worse places, I suppose. Well, at least we did a little to help out. A place like this, it wouldn't surprise me if it really was just corrupt gods behind the disappearances. It's getting pretty late, though. And as much as I enjoy cooking, I'd rather someone else do it tonight. Shall we dine at the tavern? Sounds good to me. I'm gonna save because, like I said, I feel like, one, it's been a while, and that's no bueno. You should always save and save twice and save often. Yes, honesty. Been enlightening to see the parts of the world my father has always kept for me. I had thought myself more worldly than I was at the academy. Ah, wait, hold on. What if the magister shows up? It's like, you stole my horse, or something like that. Good eve, my lord. Did you have a reservation? We did. Table for 3 in the name of Princess Arnade Caldestre. Of course. If you'll just follow your server, we've made certain you have an excellent seat for the evening's performance. Right this way, your grace. I just start you out with aught to drink. They use that word a lot. I don't know if they fully know what that word means. It's rather crowded. Even formal dinners with father rarely involved quite so many people. I've always liked solitude, but there's something warm about this place too. At least as long as we don't have to actually socialize. I suppose a lot of people wanted to eat out before the festival tomorrow. Kind of like the anonymity of it. I have mixed feelings. It's easy to get things done in some ways without people bowing and fawning everywhere. But at the same time, what you can actually achieve is much more limited. I envy you, knowing what it's actually like. Father decided I should attend the academy after Alexander was sent there, perhaps to keep us from being disloyal. But when he told me, I wanted to go in the guise of a lesser noble too, but he wouldn't even consider it. I think he was likely worried as to your safety. Count Renaud was not the first to show unwanted interest, even if he was the first to try to force the matter. I'm certain he was, but I'm far from helpless. I don't need a weapon or armor or really anything at all to defend myself. I'm not sure he's ever understood what it means to have the gift of sorcery. Not that it really excuses it. I suppose that's true. He's always coveted it, ever since your father saved him, but he doesn't really understand it. Mother either. Still, I suppose it could be worse. If I was any other princess born with sorcery, I'd probably be hated by my parents too, instead of just everyone else. Hated? As far as I could tell, everyone at school was always trying to win your favor. That isn't untrue, but that's only because befriending a princess would make them look better. There are things I regret leaving behind in Avalonia, but friends aren't one of them. I know they all resented me, in the end. A sorceress born of noble blood, something that shouldn't exist. Someone with the power they envied and hated all at once. I suppose I would have had to deal with that kind of hatred too, if I hadn't found better ways to make the other boys hate me in Avalonia. By being an insufferable braggart who wouldn't let them forget you were better than them at everything. Yeah, that was pretty effective. My lords, my ladies, if I may have your attention. You may not, you blue-haired person. Well, fine, I'll give you attention. I got another message. One moment. I got a lot of messages. Holy fuck. Oh, my kiddo sent me memes. That's why I got a lot of messages. Sorry about that. As you know, tonight will feature a special performance for your enjoyment. We have come all the way from the sands of the Savari to bring you this show. So without further ado, Sravi. I always fuck it up. It's always 6 assassins, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's always 6. So there's only 5 of them up there. So if a 6th one shows up, then we know for a fact that they're all the assassins. Also, the question is, did they arrive before us, or did they arrive at the same time as us? That concludes our show, of course. There shall be an encore every hour until midnight. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. I was expecting much bigger shows. But no. I see how it's going to be. I was expecting giant biddies. That was better than I expected, honestly. Saravi dancers are usually quite skilled, and they rely less on skimpy clothing than some schools of dancing. And regardless of that, it's not hard to admire that synchronization. So what you're saying is, you skipped the dancers in Avalonia just to be perverse. Something like that. Mostly so I could honestly answer no if anyone asked me if I'd seen them. All of those school politics feel so petty now, though. Oh, hi, kitty. Boop. Boop the kitty. Are you much familiar with dancing, then, my lord? I wouldn't be much of a prince if I wasn't, would I? Though, in all seriousness, I've always enjoyed it. It's a bit like sword fighting, except something I can enjoy more freely. Of course, dear Arne is much more finer dented than I am, though. Malicious slander, my lord. Malicious slander. I'm going to use that in the future. Malicious slander. Because I normally, when someone's like talking about me at work, it's like, oh, Ian, you did this so well, or something like that. It's like, lies and slander. Hi, kitty. Do you want up in the lap? Is that what it is? Or do you just want attention? Do you want to be a butt? You want to be a pain in my butt? Is that it? You 6-pound garbage cat. Okay, you want it in the lap. Okay. You happy now? Definitely going to get some sleep. Since we don't have anything planned for tomorrow, don't wake me up. Rest well, your grace. Night, Arne. Should probably get some rest, too. Why we speak for a moment first? Of course, Legea. What is it? Almost before he realized it, she was slipping nearer. Her slender, supple body pressed... Oh, God, it's more smut! It's smut! Well, I guess I'm going to have to read smut. Instinctively, one arm caught her waist, drawing her near. The other found her chin, tilting her head up so their eyes met. A faint smile played at her lips. That was unfair of me. That was unfair of me, the girl whispered. But every time night comes, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, he murmured, his eyes flickering away from her. Not like that. Her hands found purchase on his chest as she looked up at him. I'm afraid that when I wake up, all of this will only have been a dream. Legea. His eyes flickered back to her. This isn't just a dream. I promise you. This is real. Is that what a dream would say, though? She laughed softly. He arched a brow. Ought I do something more convincing, then? She froze for a heartbeat as he leaned nearer, her rich blue eyes widening as she licked her lips. What did you have in mind, my prince? He laughed, the sound softly sensual in the darkness. I can think of more than a few possibilities, can't you? His breath brushed her cheek, fingers tilting her chin just a little higher. Legea shivered against him. And if I wanted you to? He smirked. Then I would of course indulge you. His breath grazed her cheek, and a heartbeat later, it was the heat of his lips upon her skin instead. She trembled against him as he tasted of her skin, pale and smooth, brushing kisses slowly until they were against her jaw. You're sweet, Alexander whispered, letting his lips tease towards hers. Alexander murmured something indecipherable and pressed herself tighter against him as his lips teased the corner of hers, only to whine softly as they lifted away to press upon the other corner instead. You're cruel, my prince, she whispered breathlessly. Only because you make it so tempting. He breathed, his lips brushing hers only to draw away again. Ha! Her eyes flickered. That's 4 flickers? I should turn that into a drinking game. As she looked up to him. I thought you were supposed to be proving this was real. But I am. What dream would only tease you, sweet creature? A little ripple of laughter escaped her. Damn you, the girl murmured, and then, all at once, she was surging against him, her lips upon his with something akin to desperation. Alexander met the kiss instantly, utterly, shivering at the searing heat he found there. Then answering it with the same. No, not just the same. He met it with more, stealing back. Okay. So, again, this is a lot of fucking reading. And it also goes back to the whole thing of why it works better as a visual novel, but at the same time, while I do appreciate, like, scenes being described this way, ow, cat, you're making biscuits on my leg, that hurts, but okay. I'm glad you're making biscuits, and that means you're happy. Ow. What was I going to say? Right, this is just, like, it's smut. But it's the romance novels written for dollar stores? Dollar store romance novels. Used to have like Fabio on them. Oh, I'm sure someone out there knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just more of could be summed up so quickly, but they decided, oh, we're going to go into really good fucking detail as to what of a cock tease this is. And it's like, I'm kind of scared to press enter to go to the next page. Because it's like, how much more, detailed are we going to get into the fact that they were essentially tongue boxing enough to draw out each other's breath, nearly suffocating each other? Like, cool. Okay, so yeah. So, but you deserve better than to have your first in a place like this. The Gaia swallowed and glanced away. Still such a contradiction. Good night, my lord. Rest well, my lady. Despite himself, Alexander smirked a little to watch her slip away. Her dreams were probably going to become rather more vivid. Wow. Time to get some sleep. Morning, Legea. Good morning, my prince. Is her grace still asleep? She is. Honestly, she was really pushing herself on the journey. She's never been a terribly physical person. Care for some tea? Thank you, my lord. Quite good. Glad you like it. Though I fear that's about the extent of my culinary ability. We can order breakfast from the tavern if you're hungry, though. Actually, I think I'm going to go out for a little while, if that's all right. I know most things are probably closed with the festival on, but I'd like to look around. Would you like company, then? I would prefer to go myself, my prince. They are somewhat private matters. Ah, well, if you truly wish to, promise you'll take care at least. People can be rather uncouth around festivals. I will, my lord, I promise. I will not be going further than the market district, and I ought to be back well before sunset. And if you're worried about the disappearances, you most likely dealt with those yesterday. Well, now I'm worried about them. Oh, I'm going to play as her now. You get this wound looked at by a priestess, and then I'd like to see the favorite shop address open. The wounds... What? I mean, she was stabbed, but it was well, yeah. It's only been a few days, so yeah, it probably still does need healing. My lady, is there aught I can do for the most sacred of days? Forgive me for troubling upon you the feast. Do you provide healing here, though? Most certainly. Seem in good health, though, my lady. I was wounded several days ago in a quarrel. The blade was poisoned, and the injury hasn't really healed right. Oh, I see. Does sound troubling. May I see it? Of course. Just a moment. This is good at all. You're right to seek healing, my lady. Give me a moment to prepare. Apologies. It always stings a little. I've done what I can to ease it, but I fear it will need to heal upon its own. No, that's no trouble. Thank you for your help, Lady Paladin. Do you think it will scar, though? I fear there is little doubt of it. I see. Thank you again. May you walk in Alcina's light. Ah. And I think it was... Did we go to the river? Oh, wait, no. Market District was up. Oh. They're so dashing. Festival's so exciting. Yeah, I finished talking. Start the festival already. Looks like more than a few cynical shopkeepers are still open. And maybe the dress shop. I think the dress shop was... Is it that one? Yeah. Because that's the culinary thing. Well, guess what? I didn't think anyone would come with the festival going on. Can I help you with aught, miss? I was hoping you could help me pick out a dress. I fear I know very little about such things. Certainly. Let's have a look here. Set the dress on the stand and drew back, drawing in a slow breath. Wasn't that she hadn't worn dresses before, not really. She always preferred trousers because of the way her father had raised her. Her mother had always made certain she could act the part as a lady as well. It wasn't even that she'd never worn a dress like this. Well, maybe not like this, but a dress meant for a noble woman? One second. Alright, sorry about that. Had to blow my nose real quick. Here we are. In the last few summers, before she had come to Avalonia, she had been her father's guest to the king's balls. But those had never really been hers. Her fingers lifted, brushing against the night blue silk of the almost sheer sleeve. It was a darker shade than her eyes, and it took no more than a glance in the mirror to know that it really would suit her pale skin as well as the woman had promised. The neckline was lower than anything she'd worn before, but there was something that she had picked something that she had picked it for, wasn't it? Slight, wry smile touched her lips. Yes, that's why she had chosen it. Yet she didn't move to try it on. Some part of her wondered if she should even bother. Another part of her said that she was being enough of a fool to buy it at all. She could afford it, if barely. Was she really going to spend what little coin she had left after Renaud's attempt to trap her on a dress? She laughed almost weakly and let her eyes slip shut, resting her back against the wall as her thoughts wandered. It wasn't hard to conjure up the image of a ballroom in her mind's eye, dark, sensual, lit only by flickering candles. That's another shot. It was harder to will away the fact that she didn't know how to dance, but she watched others dance enough to manage it. She was wearing a dress, of course. And there he was. Oh, and he was there, in the middle of it all, resplendent in white with those maddening green eyes as he strode effortlessly through the spinning dancers. Several of the girls tried to catch his eye, but his eyes had already found her, and he smirked at her in a way that made her knees go weak. A heartbeat later, he was just before her, extending one hand in silent invitation. No, she acknowledged. It wasn't an invitation so much as an unspoken command to her. And her own hand lifted without hesitation, letting him lead her. That is a long sentence again. Eyes flickered, another shot, over her, but it was easier than it should have been to ignore them when some part of her exulted in the envy she felt from them. Somehow, she kept up without stumbling as he led her into the middle of the dance floor, and shifted all at once, snaring her waist and drawing her close. I think breathlessly is also another word that I would be taking a shot for, and at this point I would definitely be dead. Breathlessly she caught herself, her free hand upon his shoulder. In some ways it didn't matter that she couldn't dance because, as the music picked up, Alexander had no intention of letting her do anything but follow his lead. The lithe strength of his body flushed against hers as he spun her effortlessly in time with the notes. Suddenly, despite herself, she gasped as something shifted, though. He spun her out and pulled her back so that it was her back against him now. And his breath brushed aside her hair, hot against her ear. "Enjoying yourself, my lady?" Wordless, she nodded, her eyes slipping shut as she pressed herself back against him. His breath grazed across her skin, the only warning he gave before his lips were playing the nape of her neck, hidden by the cascade of her ebon hair. "Good," he breathed against her skin between kisses that made her heart race. "Because you're mine now, Ligeia." A ripple of laughter brushed against her skin, and of course, he was still spinning her even as his lips sealed against her skin, suckling at her relentlessly until a sweet moan this is just, yeah. From there, it became all too messy to lose herself in the fantasy. Oh, too messy. Too easy to lose herself in the... Wow, my dyslexia is really kicking in. She came back to herself long moments later, and almost immediately flushed crimson, realizing how entirely caught up she had been in her fantasy, and the places it had gone. It had been foolish to let herself be caught up in it, in a place like this. But in spite of those thoughts, she found herself happy. Was the dress to seduce him? No. No, maybe someone like Ardenay could do that. But the most she could truly hope for was to tempt him. But oh, how she wanted to tempt him, after the way he had teased her the night before. Smiling to herself, Ligeia stood up, brushed herself off, then went to pay for the dress. My oh my. Why is he pacing around? She's still not back? No, damn it all. She said she'd be back well before sunset. And you're entirely sure she didn't just take her last chance to get out of this mess? Entirely. Can't wait anymore, Arne. Going to go find her. Gods, after all this talk of people disappearing, why did I let her go? We have every reason to think that was dealt with after yesterday, though. Did we? Was that just wishful thinking? Alright, let's go then. Alright, it doesn't involve you. You don't need to come if you don't want to. I know you don't approve of her. Dear Olive, you can be an idiot sometimes. It's you dragging her into this that I don't approve of, my lord. Not her. Now let's make haste. I would really rather not arrive only after someone has hurt her. Aw, that's a sweet thing. She does care. Let's see. She was going to the market. That's what she told everybody. I wonder if she actually just bled out in the shop. Just close up, I'm afraid. Have you seen a black-haired girl with blue eyes and pale skin today? Oh, actually I did. There's a really lovely young lady in here earlier, looking for a dress. She said she needed to get back to the inn. Thank you. That was definitely a miss. Damn it. Yeah, we keep it down on Wednesday. Everything you know about the recent disappearances. Oh, that's not common info, your lordship. What offering for exactly? Your life, as it happened? Tell me. Whoa, 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 calm down there. Fine, it's not much, but I'll tell you everything I know. Word on the street, all the girls who went missing were pretty virgins. Why? I have no idea. But some people are whispering about demon cults. That's all I know. Very well. Forgotten just what you're like when you're angry. Straight too far. So she was leaving here, disappeared on her way to... Here for the wall, my lord. Useless. Alright, with all the... Yeah. Useless. Said she was going back to the inn, so we couldn't have missed her. Which means someone probably took her down to the river district. 'Cause that's where the disappearances were coming from. Or where people were disappearing from. Rather be fishing? Rather be fishing. Let's see. Have you learned a lot more of these disappearances yesterday? I haven't much. Why? Did something happen? You seem really intense, my lord. Damn it, you recall the other girl who was with us yesterday? She's gone. Dear gods, truly. I do not mean to seem crass, Lord Alexander, but is it possible she's simply occupied for the night? We never gave you our name. Would it be that simple? But no. I'm quite certain that that's not the case. You wish to know who I am. I am Prince Alexander of Versalia, and Legaia is my retainer. She would not simply vanish this way. Delcina, you're a prince? Oh, goddess, I'm sorry, I'm terribly disrespectful of me to ask then. There's no way you could have known. My lord, it's fine. Apologize if I'm abrupt right now. I would appreciate it if you would keep my identity to yourself, though. Of course, your grace. But might you not reveal the truth and offer a reward for a safe return, then? Few men would readily risk your wrath. No, whoever did this, knowing she was traveling in the company of Princess Ardenay of Calistray as well. Wait, what? Then you... Yes, that would be me. Fifth princess, if it helps any. Sweet Alcine, talk about a royalty unaware. And you were helping me rescue some random girl? Goddess, I feel pretty pathetic. Don't. You're doing what you can to serve your people. But it's not... but there's aught else you can help? Afraid... Honestly, I've been thinking about it after yesterday, and I'm pretty sure someone high up is behind all of this. Maybe even the Grand Magister. I asked again for more guards to patrol River District. Summarily denied, as usual. Still better than nothing. Thank you. Yeah, my nose. I'm doing a lot of running around. Oh wait, the Noble District was up this way. Not at the moment. Maybe I have to leave. Fine, fuck off. Well, I've got a couple other spots to try, but if all else fails, I'm going to go check the dogs, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to go check the dogs. Oh, wait, there's one path I didn't try. Well, technically two. I'm pretty sure they're going to say the exact same things. Alright. And then the last one is back in the slums. Once again, I'm wandering lost. I'm not lost. I'm just trying every avenue. Because they were disappearing from the slums, mostly. What about back here? Nope. Nope, so it's not the slums. Nah, wouldn't be here. Church. That's right. She's particularly somber today. The other girl was with us yesterday. Have you seen her? She came in early seeking healing for an injury. Was it recent? No, my lord. It was several days old, merely not healing well. Oh. So you're investigating these disappearances lately, right? Please, I need to know everything you know about them. My companion's gone missing. Very well, my lord, but I fear you may not like what you hear. She has always held an unhealthy reverence for the Demon Queen. Ever since the beginning of these disappearances, I felt a natural presence of shadow magic somewhere within the city, but I cannot pinpoint it. I've requested support from the Order of Avalonia, but I've been caught up in political squabbles with the Lord Magister. I am all but certain that these disappearances are the work of a Celestrinian cult. I see. Thank you, then. At least we know what we're up against. Not many men would say that without so much as a moment's hesitation. You are bold, my lord. I wish I could offer you help. I wish I could offer you my aid, but bureaucracy binds my hands as well. However, if you intend to seek out this cult, then this is the least I can do to aid you. Thank you, Lady Paladin. God dang it. Fucking go down. I'm pretty sure she's in the Magister's area. Well, I guess try the Noblesse District Magister area one more time. And if not, I'll go to the farmhouse and throw bones at the dogs. Time to throw bones at dogs, I guess. Throw dogs at bones? So they expected strangers. Is there like a secret door or something else with it? Huh. Your bowl. Oh, hey, you're back. Pretty sure that needs to be fixed because we're currently looking for her. Wait, hold on. Still trying to look for clues, I guess. I think I'm supposed to go there, but I think I need to find like another clue first. So I've done something out of sequence, but not out of sequence. If that makes sense. Okay, so She came here. There. Where are you still? No. Or was that like the last thing I need to do? No. So went in that building, talked to those people up there. Can I actually go back? Nope. Oh, how about up here? Nope. I think there's a little less of me being lost and more of no clear direction. Senator's trash treated, we know, otherwise talk about guy enough. What can you tell me about these disappearances? When a parent is missing and I need answers. Huh. I was told to give you this if you came asking about that, my lord. It was simply for everyone if to abandon the search for your handmaiden now. I trust the sum is sufficient to compensate you for the services of a mere servant. You should decide to search for anyway. I fear you will only be wasting your time. Let's go, your grace. Not seriously considering this, are you? Of course I'm not. I do not care how much. I do not much care who did this or why. They will pay for it dearly. But there's no point in tipping our hand to them by refusing their wretched coin. So I heard something. Must be nothing though. What's this? You appear to have taken particularly thorough interest in Hypernia's problems. As it appears, I know something of the truth you seek. If you would like to speak with me regarding this, then I would entertain you at my home in the noble quarter. Tell the doorman you have appointment with Lady Salissa at the 8th bell. Going to trust this Lady Salissa? This could very well be a setup. Trust? No, but I think we should go. It's a trap. It's one they'll regret setting. Lead on, then. There's an address in the Noble's quarter written here. Did someone just throw a rock or shoot an arrow at us with the... Yep. We have an appointment with Lady Salissa at the 8th bell. Very good, my lord. Right this way. Oops. Welcome, my lord. Good eve. Your Lady Salissa? I am, yes. Be at ease, my lord. I can feel the menace you radiate from here. But I am unarmed. If this were some matter of trap for you, I would be your hostage. Fair enough. How do you know to invite us here, though? Because I am the real power in Hypernia. Or, that's what I'd like to say. It's close enough to be the truth that the word reaches me if someone starts pulling at threads. If you're not the real power here, then who is? Ah, your grace. Forgive me for not greeting you properly. To answer your question, Grand Magister Zinthos is the real power, of course. Regent in name, perhaps, but Archon in truth. Ooh, waters. One moment. Yeah. It's rare to see a sorcerer with that much influence. Yes, it is. He's not a noble by blood, of course. Few mages are, yourself excluded. But he rose to a favor in the Archon's eyes under rather suspect circumstances and with decidedly convenient timing. So what you mean to say is that you believe Zinthos is behind these disappearances, and you're willing to help us because you want to see him deposed. Glad you can keep up, my lord. Yes, that is precisely what I am all but certain of. Why? I cannot say. My first thought was slavery, perhaps offering the girls as enticements to placate some of my peers who oppose him. There are several places to acquire slaves illegally in Hypernia, of course, but none of them have included even one of the missing women. If it was political, I doubt he would have dared to take Legaia. Yes, that would be quite foolish. Even a minor princess is a very dangerous enemy to risk making this way. But I know he's used to the city guard to make these disappearances happen. Not all of it belongs to him, of course, or I would already be languishing in a dungeon somewhere. It's not political power. Perhaps it's magical. Heard rumors of Celestrinian cults in your city, my lady. I thought that talk of demonic cults mere rumor, but I know little of sorcery. Would there be aught for him to gain through something like this? Shadow sorcery is powered by sacrifice. If that is his purpose, I cannot dally here any longer. Where is he keeping them? You must know, if you bothered to tell us this much. My sources only observed one of the abductions, but the girl was taken to the farm north of the city. Ah, I was right. On the road of Talamir. I believe you passed it in arriving. Remember it. Why would you trust you, Lady Celissa? This could very well be the trap sprung once you're well out of danger. Can't give you any reason to trust me beyond the truth. But you won't find anyone else in the city who can tell you more. If you choose not to trust me, well, there's very little you can do to save your companion. Frankly, I'm taking a significant risk myself by helping you even this much. But victory does not belong to those who jump at shadows, does it? It doesn't. But we're taking a significant political risk by opposing the Grand Magister on the basis of your ward. As far as that goes, he acted against you first. But if you can bring him down, or bring me evidence of his crimes, I promise you, relations between our people will not suffer. I'll hold you to that. I can't say I really do trust you, my lady. But if you speak the truth, then thank you. And if you're lying, I promise you, you will regret it. Well said, my lord. Whoever you truly are, you've impressed me. I wish you the best for both our sakes. So I was right. It is back at the farm. Oh man, they're kidnapping people to send them up to the farm. You know, sending someone to the farm used to be a saying for like, you know, oh, we sent little Billy up to the farm. So you killed him? Well, that's not a great way to say it. You know, you put him down. That's pretty much what it is. You'd always send the family pet up to the farm. Am I taking care of that? I thought you'd never ask. Yeah. Who needs doors? Who needs lockpicks? Arne, door opener extreme. Downstairs? Because I'm just telling the truth. Look at all the tunnels. Should we go in? What minute are you going back? Ready? No. I'm probably going to regret doing this. Because it's probably going to be another long section. 1 second. There we go. Alright. Oh, this tunnel is opening up ahead. God, it's dark in here. Yeah, I can help with that. A little jittery, but much better. Just in case we don't make it through this, Alexander. No, I don't want to hear it. We won't fail. As you will, my prince. Wait, is that a light out there? Who dares intrude upon our sanctum? Tell me, who are you and precisely where you're keeping those you abducted, and I might consider sparing you. Really trying to threaten us, boy? This place is sacred to Celestrina. Begone! Wrong answer. What, kitty? Oh wow, it is pretty dark here. Well, Bastion. And oh, I feel like you are it. No. God dang it, Alexander. You're supposed to be, like, dodging this shit. Why are you getting hit so much? Lunge at you. And more fireball. Okay, now you're dodging shit like you're supposed to. There we go. Curse you. We've never make it past the Arcanum. Well, there was hope it wasn't actually going to involve any demons. With any luck, they won't have aught stronger than imps. But I wouldn't put money on it. What was that? Oh, that's that up there. But I saw a shiny. Steam Brothers, I'm growing quite weary of the Arcanum being activated every time so much as a dormouse sets foot in the castle. Have you any idea how wearisome it is to constantly have to deactivate it for you? However, I should prefer not to see your visions go slack, and so I'm setting up a manual point to deactivate it. Simply follow the passage behind the center bookcase, which is activated by the decorative gargoyle. I have bound a number of demons within, but they should recognize you and not attack. Grandmaster Sothis. P.S. Burn this missive once you have read it, for the love of Salestrina. Man, I love people's incompetence. Well, someone's not good at following instructions. Apparently a good cultist is hard to find. Seem more at ease now that you were in the city. I wasn't just angry out there. I was afraid. Afraid that nothing I could do would be enough. But this is something I can fight. Well, in any case, someone should follow these instructions. Definitely enchanted. Water sorcery. Oh boy. Your presence. Fireball. Let's get with you. Spells. Wind Veil on Arne. Keep blasting. Lunge at you. You, fireball. Lunge at you. Cauterize. Ow. Spells. Fireball. Damn it. Spells. Oh, I forgot about the commands. Items. Oh, I don't have a wake up. Okay. Come on. Just die already. Thank you. If the sigils where the demons are bound, Cultists must know how to not to trigger them. I don't have time to figure it out. Okay. Now, boop, boop, boop. Boop. Alright, so let's see. Regal Presence, spells, fireball, you. Bastion. I do like the fact that it's dark to kind of like show that, oh yeah, you're like technically underground or something like that. But fuck, it's dark. Phew. Excuse me. Like, I can't see shit. Spells. Ah, great. Blade arts. Momentum. Spells. Fireball. Do you seriously control these elemental barriers? What kind of fool leaves a switch like this in plain sight? Honestly, based on the letter, this was just here to make life difficult for whatever cultist needlessly triggered the defensive spells. It's not really a defense, just an intentional annoyance. Damn it, of course. It couldn't just be a simple wind magic. That'd be lightning. Well. But yeah, I like how dark it is, but same time, I feel quite solid. I don't see a way to dislodge it. Let's see. Spells, wind veil, spells. Oof. Go ahead and do a momentum. No. Bastion. No. Yeah, Bastion. And then Fireball. Let's keep Fireball up on the... Go. Archer's down. And then you... lunge at you, and fireball you. And Erring Gaze. Disarm. Cauterize. Is that lightning? It was. Just it's too tight. It couldn't hurt me, but I'd come out of the other side without any clothes on if I walked through it. Definitely couldn't protect you. Ah. Gotta make me walk all the way the fuck around. Hold on a second. I got another message. Apologies. I'm getting an update about drama. Not gonna share said drama, but it's more of like, oh, that's gonna be interesting to deal with. All eyes on me. Actually, so I'll start with Ignite on you. Bastion. Fireball. Oop. And then really? Damn it, Alexander, stop thinking with your dick and getting seduced. Another lunge at you. Alrighty. How many of these... I know it's like the idea of like, goddamn, how much combat is there? But it really is more of, how many of these checkpoints do I have to go through? How elaborate do you have to make this? Get down here and fight me! Pretty sure that's gonna get rid of them, so I'll just take you. Alright, and then lunge and fireball. Sorry, there's still, like I said, drama going on, and I'm kind of interested in it now. So I'm like, oh, hold on. Presence. Ignite. Sorry, I'm trying to think. It's just one, like I said, drama on the side, but also, I'm still not satisfied, I guess is the best way to put it, of like how much combat there needs or is happening. Because it's like the Trials again, where it's just a kind of like a bit of a slog. Thankfully, combat goes quickly, but at the same time, it's the fact that there's still a lot of it. And also, I'm not sold on the idea of, like, how elaborate this underground is. It's growing on me. It's just not quite there yet. Alexander, quit almost dying. I need you to stay alive. Regal Presence. Fire Burst. Alright, so that's the lightning. Or not the lightning, that was probably the fire. Probably backtrack. Might as well just go ahead and get the rest of them then. You cover things. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah, on the bright side, someone had a brand new baby. On the downside, someone had a brand new baby. Like, the only reason why I don't sound super excited is because I know the person, or rather a person who is directly affected by it, because they are already taking care of a lot of people, and they are working themselves very hard already. And it's one of those, like, are we certain that they will continue to be able to handle things? Let's burn this one down. Okay. That one's probably going to die from its burn. Yeah, it's... The pitch black ain't nothing there. Background is not growing on me at all. So I still have to backtrack all the way around. just blitz you, and then ignite you. That does not do nearly enough damage. Such riveting battles, sarcasm. Yeah. It's, again, I'm thankful for the fact that they do go so quickly. It's kind of nice. Because that way it's like, oh cool, I still get a bit of strategy, but at the same time, I just kind of can, like, you know, blaze through most of them. It's still just, like, the amount. And then there's some instances where it's like, oh yeah, you know, this is definitely an uphill battle purely because of how many rounds does it take. The dogs doing the whole cover thing does not help. I could technically keep using disarm, but... about the same as just attacking outright. There's the stairs up. That means not everything's defeated. Because there's still this. And a treasure chest. Oh man, I'm so glad I bought potions. Wind Veil on Arne. Fireball. Would Lunge kill it? Yeah, do disarm. Disarm will definitely kill it. Or not. Oh, well, there it goes. Dang it. Cultist Cowl. Is that better what your current one is? Magic defense goes up, defense goes down. Yeah. Not Veth, because her biggest enemy honestly is frickin' physical attackers. So her losing more physical defense is not gonna. Even in the dark caves in me and my besties game, we don't do pitch black battles. This certainly a choice. Yeah. Shift magic power from that one. Hopefully that means defenses are disabled. How much is it did they waste animating those? It's not even slowing down for this from swinging. Talk about inefficient use of power. Species is useless. Still, definitely don't want to get by one. Really? 2 of them. 3 of them. Ow. Ow. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Let's see. Real presence. Let's see. Just kill the succubus first. The dogs are annoying, but yeah. Spells. Fireball. Really, just open it up with the seduce? Yeah, frickin'. You know what, Alexander? You can sit there, be useless for a moment. Arne's just gonna handle this. They're both covering for her. Blitz. And then momentum. Yeah, might as well. I don't feel like doing that one. Oh, this is another trap. Maybe like another of those spikes traps. Brace yourself. Oh boy. All right. Okay, so let's see. Piercing shriek. Yep. Blitz. On the bright side, the music for this battle is nice. I hate there's so many battles one after the other in this game. Like, give us a room to breathe. Sheesh. Yep. It is one of those. Life is drained with each for 5 rounds. Effect spells at a lower rate. Yeah, let's go for it. Just work off lunge. And can you fireball them again, please? Hi, kitty kitty. I know, you're ready for your bedtime treats. We will get to that in a moment. Flies into a frenzy. Attack up, but everything else is down. So let's get rid of that with the good old-fashioned disarm. There we go. Oh, that thing was brutal. Must be getting close now. There were more defensive spells? This was different. It was like teleportation sorcery. Father's war mage, Cassander, was good at teleportation spells. This looks weak. Damn it. Spell's fading? Looks like the gargoyle I fought before was completing the etheric circuit. Damn it. It's fading fast now. There's no other way forward. Goddess, that was careless. After all those weak defenses, no wonder this is the only way they really needed. Clever bastards. There will be much help here. Never really cared about magical theory. I'm a combat sorceress. Strong enough surge of aether, we could reactivate it long enough to teleport, but I don't have the etheric reserves, and you don't have a technique. Alright, do you trust me? You're going to ask me that right now? After I followed you into this den of hellspawn? My future, my life, they're in your hands, Alexander of Versalia. Do you? Goddess, I wish I could hate you sometimes. Yes, I trust you, I really do. Then I need to lower your defenses, the one around your sorcery. I need to use your aether. Mine isn't enough for this. Fine, it's done. If you mess this up, I'm not sure I'll ever forgive you, though. I won't. Ah, actual floor. You actually managed it. Gods, I've never actually teleported anywhere before. You honestly deserve far more credit than I do, though. The depth of your power is amazing. I guess there aren't many fiancés who'd give me that particular compliment. You know, we could probably do something like that in battle. Not a bad idea, actually. We should try it. Searing wind. Caught your breath now? Indeed. So it's getting close to the end now. Let's finally get and finish this. Whew. I feel like we are literally quite close to finding Legaia, since we're in the ritual chamber. Yep. Who goes there? Just stabs him straight in the throat. Who in Sanastra's name are you? Someone you wretches ought to have never crossed. Enough talk. Have at you! Oh, there's more of them. You know what? Command. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's not what. Rojak, super 20%. Let's just open up with that. And you're also gonna ignite them. I got confused as to which one was supposed to be it. Alright, so spell. And actually no. You're going to use Regal Presence. And you are going to just fireball. Alright, spells. Searing Wind. So it's going to take 20%, so I don't think she'll have enough for that. So I'm just going to wait. Alright, he's going to Bastion. She's going to Fireball. Alrighty. Suckius is down, but so is Alexander. Alexander, get back on your feet. I did not say you are permitted to die. There we go. Cadaverific, all of them. Legea. Now, my lord, you needn't look so concerned. It would be seem that fortune favors you unduly. I leave for but a moment to find my flock slaughtered by a wolf. Grandmaster Sothis, I presume. The same. And who are you to step in my sanctum and murder my followers? What, pray tell, is so terribly amusing to you? You are a Grandmaster? Oh, you are Grandmaster. What should I say, Grandmaster Magister Zinthos? You must think yourself so terribly clever, pretending to hunt the very cultists you lead. But you're not. Nothing but a pathetic failure of a ruler. So you came here knowing the truth. How anticlimactic, my lord. Have you no appreciation for drama? Ah, but who could play at that game? I'm not clever, you say? You're clearly no mere hired guard. To speak thus of ruling, never mind that her grace the princess is here, and you speak instead of her. So clearly the one in charge. Perhaps I merely have nothing to say to the likes of you. Possible, but unlikely, my dear. You don't strike me as the sort of woman to let others speak for her. No, your grace, it seems to me that you are following him. And if that were true, what would your point be precisely? Simply this. That makes you royalty yourself, clearly. So, a black-haired royal with the wind sorcery, my lord. Even here we have heard of the sorcerer kings. You're a long way from home, Prince Alexander of Assalia. Well deduced, Lord Magister. But if you were truly clever, then you would have realized that before you tried to abduct Legea, then you would have realized that before you, I should think. That weird sentence. Maybe there, suppose. Taking her was rather severe miscalculation upon my part, clearly. But tell me, my lord, have you not had vengeance enough already? The girl's there behind you, alive and unharmed, untouched even. A princess mistress. Little wonder that she would pass out from denying her body before she gave it into lust. See why you value her, really. Lust from what? Just caring, my lord. Surely you appreciate the draught yourself. It has such exquisite effects for a man possessed of such gifts as ours. Herein, you bastard. Take that as a no. I hate to be a poor host, but the two of you are wearing my patience. So one last thing, my lord. The girl's bonds, they're inked to her maidenhead. Maidenhead. Farewell, Alexander. Won't trouble you for the rest of your stay, but I assure you, you will regret if you try to act against me. Damn it. Inked to her maidenhead. I'd just not let you go out to this morn. You'll mad if you start blaming yourself for everything you might have conceivably had stopped. I know. But it shouldn't come to this. Her bonds won't budge. You probably wasn't lying, LJ. Why lie when the truth stings far worse? I know that. Might have your finesse, but I could feel the darkness wrapped around her. And I wasn't lying. I could feel the lines of power. A spell like this, if it has one easy glaring weakness, it tends to be very hard to break by any other means. What if it's just a trap? You could come back while you're occupied trying to break it. Can't deny it. Oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Was this supposed to be maidenhood and not maidenhead? I am not liking the implications that are going on so far. By another means would take bells at least, and would likely leave us both exhausted. This way, at least, you'll be prepared if he returns. We much stressed before, nay? I'll give you my return to keep us safe. He's a powerful sorcerer, Alexander. You're a powerful sorceress, my lady. Besides, you need only hold him off long enough for me to join you, if he returns. I can only think it would be insulting you to think you could not do that. And Legea, she deserves at least a choice in all of this. She deserves better. By all the gods, she deserves far better. What choice do we have? You know Carrion's effect as well as I do. She would hardly be lucid enough to even discuss this while the desire enkindled consumes her. And she deserves better. I can at least do all I can to make the necessity something that nearly so bitter as it could be. It is the least I owe her, for letting things come to this. At the very least, between us, I believe without question it will not be unwilling. Practically drove one another mad with teasing last night, and that is all the more reason I think this the better choice. The only choice. Alright. I don't like this even a little bit, but God, you aren't wrong, as much as I wish you were. I'll give you two some privacy, and then I'll be ready. Nor do I promise you that, but thank you truly. No. 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 I don't want to read it. Like, rather... I don't want to read it out loud. For a multitude of reasons. But I really just don't really want to acknowledge it. Because, like, no matter how you paint it, it's still rape. Because she's drugged. And I don't like any of this. At all. Yeah, no. No. So, are we uncomfortable, chat? Yes. Yes. You're uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Like, as much as it's a meme and joke it is to read, like, high school level, you know, the drama, the tension between them, all that. It's like, that's fine, I'll be honest. The teasing, the secondary, secondhand comments and so on. But just the concept of this portion alone, no. And even then, considering that it's like doing the book portion to where it's like, it's very detailed. It's written in a very detailed way. And then it's like, it fades to black, and neither of them spoke as they dressed, found the equipment. Oh yeah, it's hinted at, heavily hinted at. But yeah, no, she was drugged, and it's like, oh well, the only way we could break her binds is also to satiate her lust. So, no. No. No, that's... Oh. And right as they get done with the deed, this fucker shows up. Okay. Is that a demon? Very good, my dear. Yes, I'm a demon, one of the two you just summoned. As a matter of fact. But we... Damn it. Sacrifice. Very good, my lord. Yes, needing to do such a thing to free the girl from her bonds was, in your eyes, quite the sacrifice. Ironic, isn't it? Then that's why they wanted me to give into lust? Precisely. You have remarkably strong will, my dear. I've been watching this, ever since he began the ritual, and you should know that you were set up. What do you mean? He intended to use her rape as a ritual offering, thinking it would be a more potent sacrifice because he had stolen her for someone more important. But he'd already failed nearly a dozen times with others, so when he realized that the two of you were actually managing to penetrate the defenses around this place, well, he decided to try something different. You don't mean... I thought it was strange that we did not find him here when we first arrived. If he knew we were all coming, then he sacrificed his own followers to you? That is exactly what he did. Perceptive, my dear. You can feel it, can't you? The power of their lives still thickening the air. What he didn't expect, though, was someone like you. Someone who would care enough to make just laying with her to free her a powerful sacrifice. So summoned without needing their lives. Ironic, isn't it? Why haven't you taken it, then, demon? Consider it a gesture of goodwill. You see, dear Master Zinthos expected me to destroy you once you completed the ritual for him, but I am no mere base fiend like the trifling things he's accustomed to. And what precisely makes you different? Simply this. I have no desire whatsoever to fight the three of you. If I took the power there, I probably could, but why take that chance? I'd rather make a deal. So you think we should let you go so you can escape and cause havoc? Havoc? You insult me. What do I have to gain from causing havoc? You mortals are persistent. If I did that, eventually you'd come up against someone who could stop me. Besides, it would be terribly dull. I am an incubus, not some rabid beast. I have far more refined taste than mere destruction. You expect us to just trust a demon about something like that? Trust me? No, that would be rather foolish. But you surely know that I would be physically incapable of breaking a contract, and I can offer you something that I imagine you rather desire. And what pray tell is that? Revenge, my lord. You see, Zinthos isn't as long gone as he led you to believe. No, he lingered quite near, waiting to see the results of this. Near enough that I've managed to ensnare him with my power. So, this is the offer I make you. Leave me in peace, and I will not do you harm, nor will I take this power that lingers here, and Zinthos will be yours to deal with as you please. Refuse, and even if you survive our battle, he will be well beyond your reach by the time it is done. I think we should accept, my prince. I want to see the man who did this, to pay for it. Reproof of his crimes, Alexander. We can see Zinthos ruin for what he's done. We can't just let the demon go free. I'm not sure about that. It seems too canny to be taken down so easily. They've missed this chance. But what of them is more dangerous? With that, I knew more of the nature of demons. Oh good, a save point. And the reason why it's good is... No. 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 That's... No. I've lost interest. I've lost interest in this game. Yeah, no, I don't really like this. I mean, taking something so serious and then using it as a plot point to introduce a silly demon is a choice. It's just poor taste. Oh, yeah. You can introduce him any other way, like, leaves bad taste in my mouth. I've lost interest in this game. I might find interest next week. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not liking it. There was good parts, but I'm not liking that. Not one bit. It's a very serious and, for me, a close subject. So it's not one that I'd like taking lightly in any form or fashion. So, yeah. No. No. Bad dev. I'm gonna go... I don't know. I'm gonna go lay down. That's what I'm gonna do. It's way past the normal time that I stream. I did it technically a 3-hour stream because that last section did slog on a lot longer than I thought it was going to. And I will collect my thoughts. And I'll make my decision tomorrow with a clearer head. But I just feel like it was handled so poorly. If it was me, I wouldn't continue after that. It's a strong contender to not continue after that. And also, he's an incubus. Incubus demons are like succubus. They're just the male version of it. Which, again, is more of like, oh, hey, yeah, things are going to happen, and, yeah. Yeah, no. No. I feel like it's such a sour note to leave the stream on at, but at the same time, anyways, if times like that are to be treated that way, then I have a bad feeling about the rest of the game. Yeah. I would like to point out, though, and this is something very key that I have marked down here now. This is the third time that it has been addressed in a form. The first two technically is kind of like, oh hey, don't worry, we arrived in the nick of time and we were able to save her virtue. And then the third time is, we are doing it ourselves in order to save her from this evil spell caused by being drugged and such. Yeah, no. 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 Yeah. I just, I'm going to go to bed. Ladies, gentlemen, you wonderful Technicolor rainbow of individuals, both inside and out, those of you who have joined me for all of these streams, thank you. Truly, I really do thank you. All of you have been wonderful over this past year, because also I got my Twitch recap of showing everything. For this entire year, I have, actually, let me open it real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Where's my Twitch recap? I can show that on stream. Pretty sure. Where's my recap? There it is. And then I can just go over to the normal stream. Boop. So, I have streamed 351 hours so far, 135 total streams, technically 136 now, or 37, 130 days. This is bonkers to me, this much watch time. You guys have watched me far too fucking much. I guess that's just a random goat, because I've not qualified for any other spot there yet. But yeah. I like how the screaming chocobo is my most used one. My biggest fans all right here. Actually, I believe they're the one. Yeah, every single one of them spot. Man. 103 new followers, 26 subscribers, 3 hype trains. I raised 100 and I don't remember raising 11K for charity. I remember raising $110 for charity, but not on 11K. That sounds very accurate as far as points spent. But yeah, that makes me feel slightly better, slightly more self-conscious too, because, yeah, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, curious about how the review of the game would go. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll post it out tomorrow, because like I said, at the moment, I'm, no. I will not be kind in any form or fashion. And I feel like that would not be fair. If I just went off the cuff and be like, oh yeah, this is how I fucking feel about this shit. Who the fuck thinks this way? But you know what? We'll address that when I write out the review and collect my thoughts. For now, all of you, appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.